Lesson 3, I can use fraction bars and area models to show the division of fractions by fractions with common denominators. I can make connections to multiplication of fractions. So in the past couple lessons, we've done a fraction divided by a whole, and we've done a whole divided by a fraction. Today we're doing fraction divided by a fraction. But one thing we're noting is that they have common denominators, meaning like 1/4, like 7/4 divided by 2/4. They would both have the same number in the denominator. We're going to be using a lot of visual models to support us with this thinking. And one other thing, when it says unit form, that's going to come up a lot in this lesson, unit form. And that means that instead of writing like 7/4, we would write 7 and spell out the word fourths. So it's the word, whatever the unit is, fourths, thirds, halves, we would actually spell that out. So let's get started. To begin, it says draw a model to represent 12 divided by 3. So I'm going to draw a tape diagram. If this whole thing represented 12 and I divided that into 3 equal groups, I know that each group would be 4. So there's a model of 12 divided by 3. Create a question or a word problem that matches your model. So for example, 12 slices of pizza, and you guys can write any word problem that you want. 12 slices of pizza were split up between 3 boys. How many slices did each boy get? And we know the answer is 4 slices. And you can write any word problem that you want right there. So here's that word that I was talking about at the beginning where it says uniform, that term. So uniform again means that I take whatever the denominator is and I write that out. So for example, this is 8/9. So I write 8/9 divided by 2/9. And to draw a model to solve, so let's start with 9ths. Split it in 3 and then split each of those in 3. So 8/9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8/9, and I want to split it into groups of 2/9. So here's 2/9, 2/9, 2/9, 2/9. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So my answer is 4. Let's do another one just like that. So this one, if I'm writing it in unit form, it's 9/12. Well, am I spelling that right? 12. I think that's right. Divided by 3/12. I really don't know if that's how you spell 12ths, you guys. I'm sorry if it's not. So draw a picture of 12ths. So let's start with, what's the fastest way to do this? I'll do halves and then split each of these into thirds to make 6, and then each of those in half again. So that should be 12ths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Color in 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12ths. And I want to split them into groups of 3 12ths. 3 12ths, 3 12ths, 3 12ths, 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups. So I get 3. All right, these ones are nice because they come out nice and even. Let's take a look at an example where it doesn't come out even like that and how we would rate that answer. So this one's 7/9 divided by 3/9. This one's not going to come out even. Just looking at the denominator, if they're both 9, I can just do 7 divided by 3. And I know it doesn't come out evenly, so I can anticipate that. So let me do the same thing where I draw 9ths, split it into thirds, and then split each of those into thirds. Okay, I want to color in 7 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ninths. And now I'm going to divide those up into 3 ninths. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And now if you notice, I have 1 left here. So if I was circling them in groups of 3, I only have 1 out of the 3 I needed. So this is 1/3, or 1 out of the 3 that I would have needed for another group. So the answer is 2 and 1/3. All right, for this one, number 1, it says, how many fourths are there in 3/4? So I have 3/4, and I want to divide that into groups of fourths, or 1/4. So I'm going to draw that out again. Here's fourths. So here's 3 of them, 3/4. And I want to see how many 1/4 I can make. So here's 1/4. Here's 1/4, here's 1/4. So 1, 2, 3. My answer is 3. Okay, so number 2, I'm gonna go ahead and skip number 2 because that would come out even. I'm gonna skip that one. Number 3, we'll do that one together. So first of all, number 3 says 9/4 divided by 3/4. The first thing I notice is this is more than 1/4. I mean, more than 4/4, sorry, more than 1 whole. It's an improper fraction. It's actually 2 1/4. So that's gonna help me to write it as a whole fraction when I'm drawing my model, because I know I need 1 whole, 2 wholes, and 3 wholes total to show 9/4. So I split each of these into 4. Okay, and it's 2 1/4. So I'm going to shade like 1 whole 1, 2 whole 1s, and 1/4. Okay, there's 9/4. So I want to get these into groups of 3/4. So 1, 2. I gotta bring that one over here. Just 3. There's half of it. 3. So 1, 2, 3. It's right there as well. So that comes out to 3. Number 4, 7/8 divided by 2/8. So I'm gonna draw a picture. Show 7/8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm splitting it into groups of 2/8. So I've got 1, 2, 3. And now I would circle 2. This is only 1 out of the 2 I would need to make a group. So 1/2. So the answer is 3 1/2. Number 5. Again, there's an improper fraction here. 13/10 is really 1 3/10. Okay, so if I want to model that, I know I need 1 whole and then 2 to show more than 10/10. So how can I split this into tenths quickly? I'll just do half and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not the most even tenths, but whatever. All right, 13/10 is going to be this whole group of 10/10 plus 1, 2, 3 more. And I want to split that into 2/10. So 2/10, 2/10, 2/10, 2/10, 2/10, 2/10. And right there, I already know that I have 1 out of the 2 that I would need, to make another group, so 1/2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 1/2. Okay, number 6 I'm gonna skip because it's the same idea. And there's a couple of problems in the problem set that I want to do with you guys. So a little something out of the ordinary. Usually you do the entire problem set, you know, you try to do it independently or as much as possible. But first of all, I want to say I do not like how on your guys' sheet for the problem set, they ask you to draw, like in numbers 1 through 4, they ask you to draw a model and they give you like no room to do that. So I really, really, really recommend copying like any problems that ask you to show a model. Just get like a piece of lined paper or scratch paper and add that into your book. Like lined paper is already hole punched. You can just add a piece of lined paper behind your problem set where you can do these problems like with all the room that you need. Because I hate when I'm trying to draw a problem and I don't have the room to do it and it's all squished and it just doesn't make as much sense to me. So just kind of a side note. But anyways, I want to do, so numbers 1 through 4 are just like what we did in all those examples. Numbers 5 through 7, you don't have to you don't have to draw a model like you do in 1 through 4. So this one, like let's do number 6. So we're gonna write it in unit form. I'm doing this one here, number 6. I don't know why mine has this weird box, but yours looks different. So number 6 says write the expression in unit form and then find the quotient. So that quotient is the answer in a division problem. So that just means find the answer. So 8/5 is 8/5 divided by 3/5. Now the fact that these are both fifths, they have the same unit, really helps me see that I can just do 8 divided by 3. Okay, and whatever that is, I get that there. So if I do 8 divided by 3, and I want to get a fraction, so I don't have to do like long division here. 3 goes into 8 2 times, which is 6. There are 2 left over, so 2/3 left over. So my answer is 2 2/3. And you'll do that same thing with number 5 and number 7. You write it out as words. Notice that the unit is the same, so you can just divide.